Hey guys, welcome back. Today I want to catch up in my little life crafted kind of consumption mini album. I've got a whole bunch of like books and TV shows and whatnot that I want to put into this album. I'm a little bit kind of behind, so I'm gonna do a really simple page today. I grabbed this Selling Sunset poster of Google and printed it at 4x6 because I've got a little bit of a kind of like self-imposed constraints this week, and that I showed you before. I want to work off the back of this other layout I did over on my Patreon page about Bridgerton, and just to kind of keep the bulk of this album down a little bit. When I've got a clear back like this, I kind of want to utilize it as best as I can. So I'm going to use it as the background for the right hand side of my spread today. It just takes a little bit of the bulk out of these albums if you're not sort of gluing layouts back to back when you work kind of out of page protectors like I do. And so the other side of that Bridgerton layout is clear as well. So I want to kind of use both of those the best I can. So I'm sticking with that kind of minty green color, despite the fact that it doesn't quite go with the photo. The photo's got a little bit more of a blue rather than a teal in it. So I'm just going to try and make it work. Now I'm using the Travelogue kit from Citrus Twist. I've talked for a whole lot of this very quick layout, but I picked like the one pink paper that there was in the kit. It's of seashells, so I mean it's not like totally irrelevant, I guess, since a lot of the show is set in LA in the sun. This is the stretch that I'm going for to make this kit work for it. But I used the pink paper for the little 2x4 slot at the bottom of that page protector. I'm going to create two kind of clusters with all of these ephemera pieces, because if I can't use a flamingo die cut for this page, I will literally never use it, so I'm going to use it today. Basically, my goal with these clusters is to balance out the colors. So I want to add a lot of pink over on the right hand side, and I want to add a little bit of teal over on the left hand side just to balance out those colors. The photo is very pink and I'm going to work with that, but I want to bring the teal over to kind of tone down that blue a little bit. So that's my basic thinking behind here. I've used a bunch of die cuts because there are a lot in this kit and I haven't really utilized them yet. So I'm working on my main cluster now. I know that I do want to add like a little bit of journaling onto here. So I'm going to use this one journal card. It's a little bit kind of clearer, I guess, and didn't have too many colors involved in it. There's a teeny little bit of pink in there, so that's what I'm working with, but it's also a shape that I can cut out and make it more like an actual die cut rather than a journaling card. I didn't just want to chuck on a 3x4 card onto here. I'm going to trim around that border. So I'm using a little bit of sort of temporary adhesive just to work out where everything in that cluster is going to go, so that I can draw a very faint pencil line. Took that over to my typewriter and I typed it in pink. Again, I'm trying to add as much pink on this side as I can. I didn't do that well. I wanted to fit more words in than what my cluster would allow. So some of it is going to be hidden under those flamingo legs, but I kept trying to like work out whether I could put the legs behind this piece or not. It just doesn't read properly as a flamingo without the really long legs on it. So I compromised, and the legs are kind of going to overlap some of the journaling a little bit. You can see what those words are. Your eyes kind of fill in the blanks. So that's what I'm going with. Now that I've got the journaling done, I can kind of stick everything down a little bit more permanently. The other very bright pink die cut said something along the lines of like, come on in, the water's fine, or something like that. But it actually worked because it's a real estate show. So I just blocked out the rest of it and put come on in. So like, you're being invited into the house. I'm stretching as far as I can, guys, and I think I'm doing not a bad job of making this travel themed collection work for a TV show. My cluster's just about done. I did add in that little, I don't know what it's called. It's like a wheel thing. Someone tell me what it's got a name. I'm sure it's got a name, but I tucked it underneath there because I just liked it as a layering piece. I liked the shape of it. I'm not 100% sure what it's for, but it is very cute. I have seen the Citrus Twist team use it in all sorts of ways, and I'm not doing anything remotely clever with it at all. I'm just using it as a background bit, but it just added an extra layer into there. I did make sure that that right hand side cluster, everything is stuck down very well because it's not going to be in a page protector, so it is just outside the page. I want to make sure it's stuck down really well. And the other thing that I was doing on this left hand side was I really wanted to use this, I mean, is it a monstera leaf? It's something like this, a tropical looking leaf. I really wanted to use that on this side. It is a very large die cut for the very small little pocket though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it between the 2x4 piece from the pocket and my actual photo. It kind of fit quite nicely on the photo, covered up the date, did still leave the Netflix bit. And I kind of wanted to show that just to see where I had actually watched the show on. And so splitting it, again, your eye kind of fills in the blank, so it doesn't matter that there's going to be a portion missing out of the middle of it. You can still see what it is when it's all together like that. I just layered that with a couple of other die cuts, one of which I did trim down again because it was a little bit large, so I cut the ticket shape off it. And I'm going to use the last couple of pink pieces from this kit. Couple of little chipboards. One has the flamingo, so I'm putting that on the opposite side, and the same thing goes with the shell. There's a little shell circle, so I'm putting that over on the right. It just balances all it out. And the only other thing that I'm going to add before I finish up this page is I wanted to add some splatters. I wanted to do it in white, and you know I'm not a super fan of splatters, so I did do a little bit of experimenting the other day with my patrons. This Posca white paint pen, pretty good fake white splatters. I can just dot them all around the page. It stays super white and opaque, and I don't get any kind of accidental splattering that I didn't intend to. Super cheap, and I love it. That's it. That's the page done. I know I've sped it up for you guys, but not that much. It didn't take me that long at all, and I'm really happy with it. Hey, thanks for watching today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, there are a couple more videos on screen. Otherwise, I'll see you again really soon. Bye!